Hi, welcome to my channel djthomasedu-world.net. I am Deepak Jacob Thomas. Today we will begin with Excel errors. I have classified Excel error into 7 different categories. Normally, Excel error appears if you are running a formula and simultaneously the formula which you are typed referring to a cell or a value doesn't exist. At that condition, you will get some Excel errors in your spreadsheet. So 7 errors generally comes in Excel. One is divide error, second is name, third is NA, the fourth is number, fifth is reference, the sixth is value, and the seventh is null error. Let's see one by one. Let's start with different types of error. Error 1, div error. Here the value is that the formula is trying to divide by 0. This also occurs when the formula attempts to divide by a cell which does not have any value else by nothing. Let's see how this error is arrived. Here I have sales data. In this column, cost per unit. If I click on active cell D7, I have given formula as C7 divided by B7, which gives a value of 40. Now assuming that cell B7 is 0 and you have given enter the formula, at this condition we get div error. That means the cell is referring and dividing by 0 or nothing. We can eliminate this div error by entering a value in it so that it is divisible, or change the div error to normal form. That means to get the value of one cell divided by another by entering a value in the active cell B5, sorry B7. Say I enter the value as 10 and enter, you can see the div error is eliminated. On to error number 2 is name error. Here this type of error occurs when the formula used a name that the Excel doesn't recognize. This happens when one delete a name that is used in the formula or an unmatched code when using text. Let's see how it occurs in Excel. Moving on to the spreadsheet, I have typed an example for name error. Here we can see that active cell H11 has error NAME. Now what I have given is I have typed a formula, say sum of these values, say it's 110. Now after typing I have made an error, or by default a mistake in typing, where instead of sum I have entered SU. That means the value, it is already calculating but it does not know what is the name. This type of error can be eliminated by just typing sum and enter. Now we get the total of the values in column H, that is 110. This is how sum error can be solved. Let's move on to error type 3, that is NA, not applicable error. The formula, this type of error occurs when the formula is referring directly or indirectly to a cell that uses the NA functions to signal that the data is not available. Some function Vlookup when we perform also gives the error NA. Let's move on to Excel spreadsheet and see how any error occurs and how it can be verified. Now I have a spreadsheet. I have some units entered in this. You can see in active cell H8 we have an NA error. Here I have typed a Vlookup function. This NA error occurs because only in active cell of H8 is because the reference cell of active cell A8 is empty. Error sheet. Here we can see that H8 has a NA error that is not applicable. Here I have entered a Vlookup function where it is looking up the value in active cell from A7 to A10, referring the units of active cell B from A7 to B10. Here all other cells have a value except this has an NA value. That is because one of the cell of the reference cell is empty. We can rectify this NA error by just typing a value. Say I just type apple. Now we can see that the NA not applicable error is resolved. On to Excel error 4. Let's see what is Excel error 4. It's NUM error. Here a problem with a value exists. For example, you are specifying a negative number where a positive number is expected. Let's see how this is applicable in case of a spreadsheet. Let's go on to Excel sheet. Here I have a data entered. You can see active cell I10 has a number error, NUM error. Here I use the formula of large. That means the largest value of the row H7 to H11 is being identified and is being inputted in the row, in the column of I. Coming to the active cell I10, why we get this NUM error is that it's trying to identify from this range which is the largest, fifth largest. Say if I enter a value 60, it shows the value of fifth largest is 10. That means the first largest is 50, second largest is 30, and so on. This is how NUM error can be resolved. Let's move on to Excel error 5. Excel error 5 is REF error. Here the formula refers to a cell that isn't valid. This happens if the cell has been deleted from the worksheet. The formula refers to a cell that is invalid. This also happens if the cell has been deleted from the worksheet. Let's see how it is applicable in a spreadsheet. Now I have data entered here and I have given the sum of few cells, say active cell H6, active cell H9 and active cell H11. Assuming that I have deleted one of the reference cells, say active cell H7, it will pop up an error message telling that the reference cell, one of the reference cell is being deleted. We can overcome this error if say that a reference cell is deleted Here we can see it is making reference of H8 and H10. Now just delete the rougher in the formula and press enter. We can nullify the ref error and we can get the value in active cell H13. This is how reference error can be resolved. Let's move on to Excel Error 6, value error. This appears generally. The formula includes an argument or operand of the wrong type. An operand is a value or cell reference that a formula used to calculate a result. Let's see what it is actually in a spreadsheet. Let's move on to Excel sheet. Here I have a value error in active cell H13. Why did this come? This come because I have given a formula. I've taken a sum of H7 to H11, H7 to H11 minus H10. That is this error, this cell of H10. Here I have entered a text AB instead of a numerical value. That is the main reason the value error is popped up. We can omit this, and by just entering say any value, I'll enter value 6, you can see that the value error is being resolved and we get the results. Let's move on to Excel Error 7. What is Excel Error 7? It's null error. This occurs when the formula uses an intersection of two ranges that doesn't intersect. Let's see how it is happening in Excel sheet. Here I have spreadsheet. In active cell of H7 I have a null error popped up. Why? Because I have typed a Vlookup function. Just click on the formula bar wherein the range from where to where has no exclamation marks. See, that is A7 to A10. When we define, we need a colon. This error can be nullified just by typing a colon in it and give enter. Now this resolves the error which is popped up in active cell H7. This happens because the range, the colon is being deleted. I'll show you again once more. If we delete this and give enter, we get a null error popped up. To resolve it, just enter the colon value in this active cell of H7 and give enter. We can resolve the error pop-up of null. This is how null error can be rectified. This completes all types of error which occurs in an Excel spreadsheet. Hope you like this video. Kindly subscribe for more videos. Signing off, Deepak Jacob Thomas.